He said that just mentioning this, Goodrich is proud to be an associate sponsor of the air show and celebrate the 100th anniversary of Fright. It all depends on if you're flying with me or not.
Fourth day.
I got to tell you something. Let me tell you something quickly. I just did the unmanned aerial vehicle show for the Navy, and they have a nose camera, and an unmanned aerial vehicle took off to a 4.5-hour mission and landed with the nose wheel right in the middle of the runway. I said, when that thing can land better than I can, I don't want to be here. Anyway, flight, the anniversary of Flight.
Airshow fans, on behalf of Heidelberg Distributing, Budweiser, and Anheuser-Busch, we'd like to thank you for attending the 2003 Vectren Dayton Airshow presented by Kroger. Sit back, relax, have a cold one, and enjoy the show. Remember, for all you do, this Bud's for you. Budweiser, the king of beer.
What's ingenious, innovative, and yummy all over? It's McDonald's U McGriddle's breakfast sandwiches. 2 gold griddle cakes with maple syrup.
Patrol Fleet Replacement Squadron takes great pride in presenting today's P-3 Orion flight demonstration. From your far left, the aircraft is approaching the flight line in excess of 450 miles an hour. It's simulating delivery of a weapon on a hostile target. The P-3 Orion remains the fastest propeller-driven aircraft below 10,000 feet, with a speed of 405 knots, or 466 miles an hour. The Fleet Replacement Squadron is the squadron that trains air crew and maintenance personnel to maintain these aircraft throughout the world. Patrol Squadron 30 is based at Naval Air Station Jacksonville and provides a continuous flow of highly trained pilots, naval flight officers, naval air crewmen, and maintenance personnel to the operational fleet. The flight maneuvers you're watching today are examples of low-altitude tactics taught to all P-3 crew members and are used in performance of missions by combat air crews based throughout the world. The P-3 aircraft typically carries 11 aircrew personnel, consisting of 3 pilots, 2 naval flight officers, and 6 enlisted crew members. Together, the crew is responsible for the numerous aircraft systems, including anti-surface, anti-submarine, and surveillance sensors and weapon systems. The aircraft you see today measures 116 feet long with a 99-foot wingspan and weighs over 139,000 pounds when fully loaded. With its 4,000 nautical mile range and impressive 14-hour maximum endurance, the P-3 Orion is one of the world's most versatile aircraft. Originally developed from the Lockheed Electra airliner, the first U.S. Navy P-3 flew in April of 1961. In all, 644 Orion aircraft were delivered to the Navy from the Lockheed plant in Palmdale, California between 1961 and 1991. Some of these versions are the EP-3 Ares electronic aircraft. Although the engines, avionics, and mission equipment have been continuously modified and updated through the years, the basic airframe has remained relatively unchanged, a tribute to the Lockheed design team. The P-3 is now going to perform a landing, utilizing maximum reverse from its four fully reversible propellers. The ability to take off and land in relatively short distances allows the P-3 to operate throughout the world from runways as short as 4,000 feet. Impressive for an aircraft of this size. The ability to reverse the propellers has the added advantage of allowing the aircraft to back up and to maneuver in confined areas. Let's watch off to the right as representatives of EP-30, the Crow's Nest, perform the short landing. By the way, people ask me what this music is, and this is a suite composed of music from the television series Victory at Sea, as composed by Richard Rogers. Just to show you that the aircraft can back up, watch out to the left side. The engine and propellers on this aircraft are similar to the engine and propeller combination found on the C-130 Hercules. And you're going to watch Fat Albert do this later on today, along with a JATO takeoff. That's part of the Blue Angels program coming up. The pilot has now positioned the aircraft for a maximum angle of climb takeoff and has been being configured for that departure. With its 4 turboprop engines developing over 18,000 shaft horsepower, the pilot will retract the landing gear and continue climbing until the aircraft clears all simulated obstacles. Active patrol and reconnaissance squadrons are home based in Hawaii, Washington State, Maine, Florida, and Spain. From these bases, P-3s routinely deploy to operational sites throughout the world, providing a rapid response to emerging crises anywhere, anytime. In addition, reserve and special project squadrons are located throughout the world. The P-3 Orion is also in service with numerous foreign air forces, including Canada, Norway, the Netherlands, Spain, Portugal, Greece, South Korea, Thailand, Pakistan, Argentina, Chile, Iran, and Australia. Several U.S. government agencies utilize the Orion, including the Customs Service, the Forestry Service, the Department of Commerce, NOAA, and NASA. As the P-3 approaches the flight line to the left, the crew is going to shut down, then restart one of its 4 engines. Flight crews routinely shut down 1 or even 2 engines to increase on-station patrol endurance and mission flexibility. As the aircraft approaches from the left, watch the smoke from the nearest engine disappear. As the aircraft is secure, the engine is secured. The number 4 engine will be shut down, and you will see those propeller blades standing stock still once the propeller is completely feathered. Approaching center point, watch that propeller as the pilot gives the command to restart the engine, calling for fuel and turn 4. The crew is now preparing to perform a simulated weapons drop. Armed with a wide variety of bombs, torpedoes, mines, air-to-surface missiles, and rockets, the P-3 is a lethal attack platform, capable of delivering over 8,000 pounds of ordnance. Its extensive sensor suite includes advanced imaging radar, sensitive acoustic processors, electronic surveillance equipment, infrared and long-range optical cameras, and a magnetic anomaly detector in the boom extension on the tail of the aircraft. That's why they call that a mad boom. From anti-surface warfare on the open ocean to submarine hunting in the confines of foreign seas to overland surveillance in the world's hotspots to counter narcotics operations in the Caribbean and South America, the P-3 is well equipped for any contingency. From your left, the aircraft is now set up for a simulated attack over a target. The pilot orders the bomb bay doors to be opened for weapon deployment, coordinating with other crew members to ensure pinpoint accuracy during weapon delivery. The pilot leaves the bomb bay doors open as he rolls the aircraft into a high angle of bank for a minimum radius 360-degree turn. This maneuver quickly positions the aircraft for a re-attack on the target. The Orion team is dedicating today's performance to Nick and Laura Grant. Of missions, P-3 crews are highly proficient in anti-surface warfare, search and rescue, aerial mining, long-range patrol, anti-submarine warfare, land attack, drug interdiction, electronic surveillance, and command control missions. From combat service in the Vietnam War to more recent conflicts in Kosovo, the Arabian Gulf, Afghanistan, and Iraq, the P-3 Orion is a true multi-mission platform, defending our freedom on the front lines. The diversity and durability of the P-3 Orion allows maritime patrol reconnaissance aviation to meet the threat of modern forces throughout the world. As the P-3 turns base leg out to our right side, I'd like to take the time to introduce the members of the VP-30 flight demonstration team for today. The pilots for today's performance. From Belleville, Illinois, Lieutenant Commander Jeff Bossert. From Billings, Montana, Lieutenant Frank Bronson. From Florence, Kentucky, Lieutenant Steve Grant. The flight engineers for today's performance. From Duluth, Minnesota, is AM-1 Rick Anderson. And from Bremerton, Washington, AD-1 Rusty Van Corner. On behalf of the flight demonstration team and the dedicated men and women of the P-3 community whom they represent, we hope you've enjoyed this brief look at the P-3 Orion. If you've got any questions, I know if you find that crew, they will be happy to answer them for you.